All right, we're live. Come on, girl.
Come on up here. Come on. You got them lopers in the back of your truck?
Some what?
Them,
Yeah. They on. I think they laying on the left side. I'm not positive. Well, you know, now.
couldn't see my poles above there.
There you go. Look, wave your arms. Let me see if I can see you. Over this way. I can't see you in the wood. Come on, across. Yeah. Okay. It's. I couldn't tell. I can't tell if it's frozen up or not. You ought to be able to see them there now.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I could see was the very tip of the white pole.
Well, I'm partially in the shade. You ought to. Well, I don't know. It's hard to park that truck and get in the shade.
On my truck?
Yeah.
I'm good.
What's she fixing to get into? That's who we got.
Probably have to get one. Get
What's she getting?
her bone, her antler. You're good, girl.
Hey, Mary. And hey, frustrations. English, man. England. Yeah. I'm having trouble seeing. This glass got me.
Yeah.
And I can't let this phone down anymore because I have to have it up now.
How about the umbrella?
I didn't bring it.
Oh, you didn't bring it?
Well, the wind was blowing so bad.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me. I've been on top. I spent the morning on the roof with 7/16 plywood in.
How in the world did you hold it without blowing away?
It was debatable sometimes.
Man.
It took both of them. Normally we deck a little roof with a ground man and a man on the up there slinging it. But today we one man would hand it up and lay it down, and he climb up and we carry it together.
Yeah.
But luckily it was only a 2 and 12, almost flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to get it kind of waterproof.
Yeah, I'm having trouble seeing the chat. That sun and the glare has got me kind of where I just can't hardly see it.
I'll live stream for a little bit if you want to, and let that sun kind of settle.
Well, most of the time they just chat amongst themselves in the chat room. Turtle out there, you see?
Yeah, I watched the thing the other night. You were saying something to Jeff about the court.
Yeah.
You know, and I watched the thing on uh, what was it, 5 or 7 different ways to rig the lines, and
Hey, run them all.
one of them showed the cork thing, and it said, if you're fishing calm water
Right.
and got turtle issues,
Yeah.
you put that cork on there, get it up off the bottom, turtle won't.
Well, can you imagine how much weight you'd have to hold all that down out here?
Yeah.
It's not any good for out here.
But my brother started fishing. He come at me with all that stuff like Jeff just had, the corks and different set of them. Man, look, this is tried and true.
Yeah.
You know,
In no currents.
yeah.
Well, low current situation.
I mean, the way I've always tied mine, without the sinker slide and all that, just tie the tie the weight on the bottom, come up, tie your
Yeah.
loop. That's a tried and true method. Ain't no need to be fancy with the corks and
Well, the whole idea, they even put rattlers on there. They got what they call rattles they put on
yeah,
there.
I've seen
They
those.
swirl in the water on the end out there and make a noise. I said, can you imagine a rattle out here and a towboat going by?
I wouldn't have to catch them and just carry them out of the water. The only bad thing about it right here is that sun.
Well, it won't be here much longer. It's going down pretty quick.
Yeah, once that sun gets down in the tree line,
Well, you got shade right here.
I'm good.
You move back here and you can see your poles just as good. And you might be able to read some of this chat from me.
I don't know about that.
Because, I'm down here kind of behind this grass.
Oh no, I can't. All I see is a ball of fire up there. I can't see that yet till that sun gets on down.
Yeah. That sounds like
That's
a
cold
small boat. That's a big boat.
Have you ever used any of the rechargeable headlamps?
That's what I got.
The rechargeable? Which one? The Coast or the?
It's laying up there on the front.
Is that one? I saw one. Cyclops.
Cyclops. Is that what mine is?
That's what you're saying, Cyclops. When I was at Walmart looking for headlamps, or gathering, get a few things. I got over to the headlamps and all. They had the Swiss made one.
Yeah.
615 lumens.
Yeah, that's bright.
And waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to take and go see the price on it.
I know what that one boat's called. Down there at Renegade.
How much are they down there?
I think that was $59.
They're worth it.
Yeah, it comes with a charging cable, you know, and I charge it at the same time I charge up this little battery pack. And the earbuds and everything. Stinky, I smell you from last night, girl. You didn't get a full dose of it, but you got some. She got enough to run her down and make her jump in that river. She went tearing down through them vines, man. I thought a tiger was out there. And she hit that water, boy. She didn't say a word. She just took off.
Oh, look, what the hell just happened here?
And boy, and then that wind blew at me. I said, oh, I know what that is. She done got a caught her a skunk up there. Well, she took off for that water.
My lab, I used to have permission out of the fish out there.
Hey, Ernie Brown. Ernie, we can't. The glare off of this sun right now has got us on this chat, so I'm just replying to a few every once in a while. Dr. Chrissy, she seen me. Okay. Well, I hope everything's all right. You did what now?
I used to have permission to hunt and all out there right behind Dollar Store.
Right.
And me and my lab was out there one day, and she ran up on a skunk. And skunk sprayed her. I reached over in the truck, grabbed my shotgun, walked over and got rid of the skunk. I mean, it got hurt good.
Get back.
Come on, Ames. Back up. Come on.
Get your stinking stuff away.
Come.
Yo, stink.
Go play. Go find you something else dead to roll in that don't smell like a skunk. But yeah, last night, go on, go. Yeah, last night this morning when we were packing up Lee, I got smell like rubber burning. What the hell? What the hell? I got in the truck, I could smell it. I thought wires burned on the truck or something. I couldn't figure it out, and then all of a sudden dawned on me it was her.
I ain't never seen that. She knew to find water though. Oh, I don't know if she was running to find water or just running.
She probably running.
Just running.
What the world was that?
And all of a sudden hit that river. But she was tearing down through them vines. She made a new trail down through there. And then hit that water.
I was wondering how long it was going to take her.
Of course, I mean,
that's right.
You know, surely she didn't know to go wash that stuff out of her face. She just was running. I believe she was just running.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. I don't know how intelligent the dogs are, but yeah, she might.
Usually they go to scraping the road and running their nose and shoulder on the ground.
But as much as she likes water, you know, I mean, she loves a bath and all that. Something, you know, I think telling them they nasty and they stink and let's go get a bath. I think that they can kind of relate that to the water. But yeah, I went and got in bed last night. Oh God. Someone told me there's a shampoo you can get. I forget what he said.
Tomato juice is what I've always heard.
Yeah, he told me not to do tomato juice. He said there was a shampoo that you can go buy at Tractor Supply or somewhere that works 10 times better than tomato juice.
Okay.
I don't know. Time will take care of it.
Yeah.
And 500 baths.
That's what these damn flies and bit me and I got bloody spots on my sleeve.
Flies or mosquitoes?
Flies.
Oh yeah.
See that? I don't even feeling them. I don't.
Thermocell keep them away too?
I don't know. I don't know.
On it?
It's right here, close somewhere.
It's on who's right.
I don't know how much butane I got left, and I don't think I got any more butane cartridges.
I got all.
I got some off. Might have to use a little bit of these things. Get them over there. Come on, you get your bed. This thing goes. Let's see. Let me look up here. Real and virtual. Hey, Troy. Chris Everett. Hey, y'all. I'm going to drop this link in here just in case somebody. Just in case somebody wants to come up here and help with this chat, because we can't see it. Troy, you back from your trip yet? Stuff already gathered up in. I ain't gonna put that black light out today. There's somebody coming up here. I don't really think that black light does a whole lot. Hey. Let's see. I can't even say. I think that's what it said. Hello.
Guess who?
Hey. I'm trying to get it away. Okay, Troy. Now I got it. There we go. Hey,
Can
man.
you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
You got me?
A little bit.
Gotta let go.
Let's see. I'm gonna do it like that since we got out so many poles.
Let me kill that.
Is that all right with you? I can slide mine over to the right. Troy. What happened? Troy, you there? I don't know what happened, where he went. Hey, Buck. Troy.
Oh, look at this.
I hear him beating around in there. I don't know what he's doing. I guess it come up in a minute.
Okay, you got me now?
Yeah.
I had YouTube open.
Oh, okay.
I'm still learning to work this tablet.
Yeah, we got you loud and clear.
What's going on anyway?
Oh, we just started fishing. Me and XP. We fishing fish for a while.
Yeah, I seen y'all come on. No, I'm still in San Antonio.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I just got to San Antonio not too long ago.
All right. Has your wife been to the concert yet? Has your wife been to the concert yet? Uh-oh. We must be frozen up.
Let me try. I'm trying to turn you up a little bit where I can hear you better.
All right. I said, has your wife been to the concert yet? Can't hear me?
Barely. Well, I can hear you now. Yeah, I'm still here in San Antonio. I just got here about 2 hours ago.
Okay. Well, y'all been to the concert?
Turn it up back. She did. I don't go to that.
I knew you wasn't going.
Turn it up. She got to go to. She going tomorrow again, and then I'm gonna head home Sunday. Okay. Just kidding. I hate.
Am I loud on your end?
I don't think I can hear you. Hold on. I can't walk very far away from you, but let me
Why can't you?
because it disconnects from the Bluetooth.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I can't hear you at all through the earpiece.
sure. I don't know whether it's me or sure. I don't know if somebody in the chat room say what it is. Can y'all hear me in the chat room? That's right. That's it. You know what? Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell whether it's me, my volume, or Short. Short seems to be gone. He's in a motel. He may not be hooked up to the motel Wi-Fi.
How much signal bar you got?
Oh, well, look at. See,
Okay,
it's
so
loud.
yeah, okay. I don't know, but that was a lot of fun last night.
That's what.
That was a lot of fun last night.
Well, why don't you download the StreamYard on your telephone?
What is it? StreamYard?
Yeah. Look, what you got?
I'm looking. I was on. I was looking through these earbuds.
Oh, those
Yeah.
T6 or something like that.
Yeah, I was just browsing at them just now.
See, you could open up this. You could get on here and read the chat on your phone.
Yeah. What is it called? Stream what?
Hey, Jonathan. He has a new notebook. He has got. Okay.
What is it? Stream what?
StreamYard. StreamYard. Yeah, he's back in there. Let's see.
Okay, you got me now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah. For some reason, when I try to turn on that tablet, you do it on the tablet, I can't hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Must not.
you're real low,
I don't
and,
know.
and it did the same thing to Ernie yesterday.
Hmm.
When I did the live stream from Houston, but when I do it on my phone, it works fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hear you good now. All right, I'm gonna knock his layout over so we can see the phone.
Okay.
I can see this thing too. All right, there you are. You still there?
Yep.
Hey, man. Oh, that's it. Okay. Can you see
I'm
the chat?
here.
Can you see the chat, Troy?
Yeah, I see the chat.
All right. Well, keep up with it for me because I can't. I got this
Yeah,
pole. I got this thing way up in the air.
I can stay on here for a little while. I have to go here in a little bit to eat. I just now got here. I got to tell you,
Yeah.
this old dog is tired. I'm ready to go home.
Oh, I know. He's been riding for 3 days.
Yeah,
Texas is a big state.
I'm getting too old to be riding in the car 6 hours a day. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah, we took us 7 hours to get down to Texas City, and then turned around and drove up 6 hours today. And I got 6 hours on Sunday before I even get home.
Yeah, Lord.
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, buddy.
who you got out there with you?
Eric P. He's a new YouTuber. He fishes a lot here, and we finally made contact. And now it's me and him and Skull Rush. But Skull Rush has got bleeding ulcer right now. It's bothering him. He hasn't been able to get out with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ernie says he's gonna make a truck drive out of me yet. No, you ain't neither.
No.
I ain't no truck driver material. I got to tell you, my wheelchair calluses on my butt's got calluses now.
You find the coach.
Uh,
Is that what it's called? Let me see if I can find it.
yeah, the motor be in your app store.
But sometimes what's compatible for iPhones,
This is iPhone.
yeah, isn't compatible with the Android.
Oh. Well, most everybody uses
Yeah.
it. I started out with Streamlab, but it ain't no good.
Well, Steve, how
It's
did the
too
rest of
complicated to do
how
what,
did the
Troy?
how did the rest of the fishing go last night?
Oh, it wasn't very many fish caught. 12, 14, I think. Uh, it was a slow night. It was surprising all over the country. But most of the channel cats, I think one blue cat was
Yeah,
caught.
I think, yeah.
That was
Well, I watched
everywhere.
until I probably
Everywhere was
watched it.
And bullheads.
in bullhead. Danny Stone was
Yeah,
catching bullhead.
I watched till about 15 minutes to 12, and then I went on to bed.
Yeah. We didn't catch any. We got one to the bank. He got off at the bank. But we didn't get to see what it was.
Uh, did Jody ever catch a fish?
He had one at one point.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
She may have been the one that caught the blue.
Yeah, she may have caught the blue. It was slow last night. It surprised me.
You see what I told Danny Stone last night?
No, I didn't see that.
He's bragging about living 11 minutes from the house. I said 11 minutes from the house with 11 bullheads.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was using bullheads for bait.
I told I, I told Stan last night. He never did see it, but I told Stan last night. I said, "Tell Steve Adams I'm sitting out in traffic waiting on him to catch a fish."
Well, you be in traffic a long time waiting on me.
Yeah.
I just fish. I don't care.
Hello, Hooks and Hammocks is in, and Andy A is here.
Hey, Andy. Hey. Chris. Hook.
I got to tell you, this motel we're at tonight, or this hotel rather, it's supposed to be a real nice place, but it ain't showed me much yet.
Oh. Well, look, what concert is she going to tomorrow?
She's going to see New Kids on the Block tomorrow night.
Lord.
Oh Lord, yes, and she's been a fan since she was a teenager. So she went to Houston last night, and she said, she said it's kind of rough over there. I said, yeah, and when we got here, she's like, well, this San Antonio ain't showing me much either. And I said, well, no. Uh, so she goes to the concert tomorrow, and then Sunday morning, I'm fixing to get her up moving around. We're going to get home because this dog is ready to go to the house.
You ready to get home?
Yeah. I got to go by. I got to go by and pick up my little dogs to Sunday and go home.
There you go. Well, y'all have a good time, but be careful.
Oh, we've had a good time, but you know, it's a chore to go anywhere. It really is. Uh,
Yeah.
I can't do much but look at her. You know, as far as help her pack and unpack,
Yeah.
and she don't.
Right.
She won't let me. She won't let me give orders. Uh,
Oh. Oh.
so, but we're both enjoying it. We're just tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, get y'all a good night's sleep. Y'all got to go out. Y'all got to go get something to eat.
Yeah, I'm fixing to go get off here. We're gonna go get something to eat. I just want to come up and holler at y'all, and I get home. You go back to fishing where I'm a little bit more relaxed. I'll try to stay a little longer next time. Get you the chat.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Troy.
I see you, brother.
All right, bud.
See y'all in chat.
All right.
Later.
You found it?
Yeah.
Down there. Put up that icon for
Yeah, it said that my browser didn't support it.
Safari.
Uh,
Safari is what supports.
it said it wants me to download Chrome.
Well, Safari is what I do to support.
Uh,
Do you have Safari on there?
uh-uh. I've got Chrome on here. It just has to be updated. Is it? You say the river's supposed to start falling foot and a half a day now?
Talking about Monday, it's gonna drop a foot a day.
This weekend ought to be decent.
Yeah, you'll get tomorrow.
Yeah. Get out of there. Back up. The forecast, the fishing forecast says is really the best day. It's 70 something percent chance catching a fish. what they say anyhow. I used it 1 year and come out here and I'd catch fish about 2 hours prior to the time, and then 2 hours after the time, never on time. I ain't got much signal. You
are paying, but you got YouTube on that.
Yeah, I got YouTube. Yes.
Can you see the chat on YouTube on that?
Probably. 1 second. Shit. All right. I've got.
You ought to have a notification on
uh,
YouTube.
I mean, normally it does.
Yes, thank God. That's sick.
Well, that and my phone bill's due the 24th.
So they cut you.
Well, yeah, because I do the pay as you go. And yeah, and plus this is my TV, everything else where I watch at the house. So usually by the end of the month, I'm usually really down on data. I try to use Wi-Fi when I'm home, but sometimes it don't pick up right.
Apparently there's a mountain. All right.
Mm. Yeah, so you lie. Yeah, so you lie.
I had about 7 towboats or 8 been buying since I got over
Yeah, so
here. And turn the volume off on it. Turn the volume down. That way you can reach the chat. And there y'all be the last one to say something. Is
it just said Andy A. Andy A says hello.
yeah. Well, that ain't nobody talking.
Yeah.
Good. Like it's 10 inches out.
Mine says 9, so I guess I would be the 10th.
Right. That might be you buried on my property.
Back up. Come on, back up. I don't know. Them flies, they do bite. Put that back in there.
Yeah. I'll save it. Save it for later. Well, I guess both of yours over in that ditch.
Yeah, kinda.
Both mine out there over that ledge.
Uh-huh.
And there ain't nobody no either. No, anyway.
Not right now. I look forward to be like when that sun, like it was last night, that sun sets down
Well,
and gets low.
well,
That's always, yeah, I'm not, summertime, I'm never a big daylight fisherman for catfish. It's just too hot. But, yeah, usually right at sunset up until about 9, 10 o'clock. If they're gonna bite, that's when they're gonna bite.
I hope they're paying attention.
I hope they hungry. So, don't you do it. Little muskrats out, or beaver.
These are the
He just come,
young people.
he just come right on out of the ditch. I'm waiting for her to spot it and want to go get it.
Oh, these are not in the water.
Nah,
Nowhere, really. Nowhere, really. I say that's a beaver. That might be.
I think that's
you know, it might be a different.
yeah, that's what I think it is.
So a beaver was sure flap that tail many times. But
Uh-huh.
got to be a beaver.
Uh-uh. Seen a river otter before
Yeah, I have too.
up in here.
I saw. I was coming in off the river one time in a boat. Up there, the old boat ran water high like it is now. There was 6 of them playing up in there in
Huh.
gravel road, gravel water.
Yeah. It says what state you guys in?
Oh, we in Mississippi, Mark. We in Greenville, Mississippi. This is the Mississippi River. We got skipjack on all the poles.
Back up, Ange. Back up, Ange. Yeah, I threw that little light rod back over there where I caught that flat last weekend.
I saw one laying right out there by that foot.
Yeah, I threw the heavier pole out there on the point. So we got it covered.
Yeah. What catch lines on that hook?
30. That's the thing I like about the spin catch. You can put
What's that chat say?
nice. He's in Kentucky.
Oh, okay. All right, Mark. Yeah, there's a bunch of folks YouTube.
Uh the land what was it? Or whatever for a couple. I can't tell if it's the wind mess with this closest pole or if it's being tugged on just a little bit.
Like that. Probably a limb laying against one of the lines on that ledge. No stuff. That car still sitting there.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
What's that name?
I was watching sunset. Yeah, when my wife actually moved to Tennessee.
Right.
It's only like old, yeah. Looks pretty. Who's fishing with you?
Who is that?
This is Blaine Adams.
Oh, that's my son. Hey, Blaine. What are you doing? Blaine,
Okay,
you at Disney World. This is Eric P.
God,
He's from here in Greenville, Blaine.
turn on notification.
We hooked up here about a couple 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we've been fishing together some. Y'all back at the y'all taking a break from me riding at Disney World? Who is that? Fishing?
It says Fat Boy Eric
Oh,
fishing.
hey, Eric. I appreciate y'all stopping by. That link is right up there up in the chat if anybody else wants to come up here on the panel. Now, and it's back again.
So glad you guys, glad you got someone with you. We back at resort. Storms came in.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like you don't have time.
I've been there. I don't know if I could go at this age. I'd be tired.
Well, I imagine they are tired.
Downtown, Ernie Brown. Well, I'm off to bed. Have a long day tomorrow. Be safe, bud.
All right, Ernest. Thank you for stopping in, man.
All right, fishy, fishy, fishy. You want some off? They do anything for the buffalo. Huh? What'd you say?
Banana Boat 50 sunscreen.
Really?
100%.
Take care of it.
Oh, yeah, I got it on. I just didn't spray my leg. How you think I come out here and you don't see me fighting them things?
I don't know.
So they leave, when they bite me, they leave a whip big as $50.
Mm.
But I didn't spray behind my knees. What time did you get to bed last?
About 3 this morning.
Look, man,
And up at 6.
yeah, look, I went home, took a shower, went in there and sat down on the computer for a minute to relax. And I don't know, 2:30, so I went in there and got to bed, and I could not go. I was aching all over.
Yeah.
I reckon that walking up and down in them rocks.
And that'll do it.
And I had to get up and go. I went in the kitchen and got me 3 Advil and took them Advil. And then I sat in there and ate some. I ate a little cupcake. Sat at the kitchen table and let that Advil kind of And when it then laid down, I finally went to sleep. I was hurting all over my back, my shoulders, my legs.
Yeah, walking on all that uneven ground.
On that old country.
Yeah, I do it. I didn't really hurt last night, but today when I started getting up on that roof and everything, my knees started hurting. I mean, when I got off, I had to come home. I took two Lorcets, and I said I'm going to take a nap. I lay down and slept for about an hour and a half or two this afternoon. I'm like this every summer. I'm like a bucket. I'm like a buck and rut. By the time I'm done, by the end of the summer, I'm just gonna look pitiful, wore out, ready to just go lay down somewhere, sleep for 9 months.
And Dugan didn't want to come again.
I hadn't even talked to Dogan. When you called me, I was fixing to put that lawnmower belt on. That was the next stop. Was I was gonna run out there? Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here!
How you doing? I was just asking what you catching down here.
Not at the moment. Come here. We're fishing for catfish.
Catfish? Okay.
Behave. No, I'm good right now. I appreciate it. That scared the hell out of you.
Man, he's out that wide open. He didn't have nowhere to go if she really wanted to there.
I said folks you don't know, she'll run up. I was surprised the second time she saw you, she come down and said hello. She didn't growl, she didn't bark.
She ain't never been aggressive towards me.
Uh-uh.
I don't want her around me right now.
No.
She got that skunk last night. Tell you what, that was funny. That dog was tearing down that hill. I didn't know. I thought someone was out
there. I did too. Look, there he goes again. The little muskrat. I think that's a muskrat the way he's swimming.
He's big one.
A neutral rat.
Muskrat, little old.
Yeah. Hey, it's still a rat.
It's still a rat. Water rat.
I come in this evening and everything else, and when I opened up the door, I said, "Well, how was your day, Stinky?" And Grant said, "Huh?" I said, "Oh, you ain't noticed? She got sprayed by a skunk last night." She said, "No," and she asked my aunt. She said, "Have you smelled anything?" No. I said, "Well, y'all need one y'all can smell."
They know it's not working.
Well, Granny had surgery. She had colon cancer years ago, and she said ever since she did the chemo and radiation on it, she's not been able to smell. Taste buds been messed up.
You wouldn't know if you had COVID or not.
Mm-mm.
My oldest son tested positive with COVID.
Oh, I've never got tested for it, but my aunt got tested. She tested positive, and I had been feeling bad for a day or two prior, and yeah, I because done took off from work a couple days, and I told Balls I'd be at work next day, and then she told me 15 minutes after that she had tested positive. I said, "Well, hell, I guess I'm staying home this week because we never shut down."
I didn't get back.
I'm not.
I did. I put it well on myself like
Like when they were making it saying that you had to have a mask on to come in the stores. If there was a mandate on the door, I wouldn't go in the store.
gonna be see. Next Friday, I got to look at that COVID test because I got a cold hospital.
Ooh. Well, you probably will not be fishing that weekend, huh?
I think it's Monday when I do all that. No drinking. Play right. I know Friday.
The liquid you drink. Starting to see some gar roll out there. So catfish artists.
You put one of them heads on?
Nah.
Heads, that's the best piece of bacon.
The crappie head.
Oh, get that dude.
Oh. No, I just put 2 pieces of the skipjack. I put a tail on the light pole and.
Who is that? Skull
Yeah, Skull Rush is Steve. Tim Molina said.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Skull Rush.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey, Skull, you need to send me a text or something so I'll have your telephone number too.
Mine too.
Yeah, send something to Eric so he'll have his phone so we keep up with it. Because I don't have Facebook on my telephone. No luck, Tim. We ain't even had a bite yet. We got the skipjack on all the poles. And them 4 crappie heads, but if you want to put a crappie head on, you're more than welcome.
All right.
Laying out back there in the back of the truck, trying to throw out where you get a hook.
All right.
CBA. Appreciate y'all stopping by. What's the say? Us?
Slower said okay.
Okay.
Central Valley Adventures is Steve. Buck Williams talking to Tim. Do you really have to ask? If I swap over one of them crappie heads, you want me to put that piece of skipjack back in the bag?
No. There's that link if anybody wants to jump up here. No, if you get one of them crappie heads, just throw that piece you got on there.
All right.
And I reckon, I guess you need to put the gas.
Put some lights out.
Yeah, put the gas in the generator.
Let's see here. It says I never give up hope, but
All right, we got to rig up some lights.
huh? See, that's why I bring Angel. See, somebody comes up, she gets mad, they go.
I don't know how much gas.
No, they ain't for quite a while.
As soon as I start here.
Never fails as soon as you pour out a liquid.
You did use as much gas.
Man, did you see gas was 409 yesterday, and today it's 420.
Yeah, they say it's going to $7.
That's what they say. Somebody's getting rich.
I don't know if they thought that.
All right. Get out of the water. That's what I was on the way for.
I think I cut those things off last night.
They busy today. Yeah, I'm hoping we kind of keep them back here on the backside of it. That way, yeah, that way we have to come running down. No, 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 no. Come on, come. No, no, no. That's a head. Uh huh.
All that stuff hanging out of his
Yeah. Come on, Angel. Come on, Angel. Come on. Don't take it. Come here. Come. Hip. Hip. Come. Sit. Sit. You stay. Stay. There girl. Stay. Uh huh. Go. Come on. Or whatever takes that crappie head, he's gonna have to have a big mouth. So whatever bites on that crappie head, go ahead and have a big mouth.
Big bait, big fish.
That's right.
That's what they say.
Bigger the bait, bigger the fish. All right, yeah, Skull Rush sent us
Okay.
text.
Yeah, I heard it come in on the telephone. I didn't know if that was you. I heard it when it came in.
I thought your phone was ringing there for a second.
Can't hold it.
Oh shit! That's a good one.
that thing is hot.
It does.
I was wondering if it's gonna burn it. You had to get on the right spot up.
Nah, it just took it a moment to heat up.
Took it for a minute for it to get to you.
Hey, we can read the chats up there now, can't we?
Yeah, I can read.
All right. Yeah, this thing it killed my battery.
What kind of plug-in you got on?
That's an Android. My phone, phone charger got me one night. It didn't charge. And I took both of them to the truck. But I got one charged. I took it down. I took them both back in the house. And I forgot to put it back. Put my one back in the truck.
Yeah, the light, the glare, it's lit up, and now you can see mine. I like these cigarettes, better than I do that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just a pipe tobacco. It's just a pipe tobacco and a tube and a cigarette tube.
I feel it. Like me, or two. Yeah, you ain't gonna catch no baby fish on that crappie.
That was a big crappie.
Came out of that reservoir out there where I catch the big.
Don't get fish very often, does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the irrigation. I'm right in the middle of the old pond.
Uh-huh. Busy little thing tonight. Changed his mind. What? Roman candle? Me either. Yeah, she's over in there walking around. That might have been what she was after the other night.
Hey, Aaron. Nothing much, man. Just fishing, fishing. Fishing, fishing.
Mm-hmm. Waiting on a fish. Kind of like waiting on a woman. They ain't never on time. They say fish bite twice a day. Before I get here and after I leave.
I just enjoy sitting on the river bank. I reckon.
Yeah, me too.
I better enjoy it. That's all I ever.
I thought I'd never do that anymore now either too.
Well, you're hanging out with the wrong guy.
Why?
I don't catch no fish.
Oh.
Just sit on the bank and watch the sun go down. Enjoy those nice weather.
It'll change.
Keep my thermostat, greased up, working. Generator, you got to run. If you don't run a motor for it regular, it'll go bad on you.
Wayne, guy I work with, he got into going on the ATV rides, and he bought a generator for that, and he used it once or twice and sat it up, went out there to crank it, it wouldn't crank. Yeah. I said, you got to crank about once a month.
I use stay bill in all mine.
That stuff really worked.
Stay bill? Mm. I don't use seafoam. I use stay bill. I've always used it. I've been using it for years. It keeps that gas breaking down some sort of way.
So you use regular gas, huh? You don't put the ethanol free in them?
Nothing but that generator. I run regular gas in my lawnmower. I run regular gas in that bow motor.
Yeah.
Just plain old gas, put stay bill with
it. When I was running the river in my boat and everything, my boat never sat still long enough for the gas to break down.
Well, that's true too. Back before 2014, before I got sick, had that mess. I fixed all year long, all winter time. Right, I like fishing in the winter. On pretty days, when the temperature is up around 45, 50 degrees.
Where in the heck can you fish from the bank in the wintertime?
I was fishing out of the boat.
Oh. Well, that makes sense, but.
No, that's when I was fishing out of the boat. I quit fishing in 2014. I just started back last August. First time I've been fishing last August.
Oh, wow.
Since 2014. I always boat fish.
Yeah.
I don't use boat. Yeah.
I've never cared for bank fishing. Hey, after I sunk my boat, then had money for a motor, I took up bank fishing, and it's a lot cheaper than that boat.
We got Eric stuff. Jeff Stuff on number now, so I think I'm gonna put it on Facebook, put it on here one night so everybody can call it. Call this number for a good time. 1662.
Uh-huh.
Have to get his ulcer going.
I eat a lot of cayenne pepper. I guess that's why I don't have any.
That's good for you.
Yeah. I don't like black pepper.
Your body does not digest black pepper.
Yeah.
Black pepper, it goes out the same way it went in.
That's just like gas. Or not gas, but corn.
You get a little taste, that's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Alvin. Alvin Lewis. King of the wild frontier.
Wayne's wife is going to a bachelorette party next weekend in, I don't know, Georgia, Florida, right on the state line, and he said we probably gonna have to take off. I got to babysit. He said something about bring work. I said sure, bring him on to work.
Baby?
Yeah, and he said my wife won't let me. She said no. And today we were joking around about it and everything else, and he said, well, Owens said no. I said, no, that ain't it. Mama said it ain't happening.
How old baby is?
1 year old, the 18th.
And it's Wayne's baby?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they've been married 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
They've been together. They've been together for damn near 20 years.
Oh.
Something you don't see very, very often these days. They get along real well together. They both hunt, fish.
What was her name?
Her name is Brittany. I don't know what it was before she got married.
Well, I guess you think it's been laid up. I don't know. The camera's still showing them up.
Mm-hmm. I can see them pretty good for the time being.
I wonder if I would have rebased that left over.
I don't know. It sure ain't bounced no more.
Well, all he was doing sucking the guts out of it.
Yeah.
That's all he was doing. Little bitty fish sucking the guts out of it.
Yeah, me and Dogan found that. That little point that sticks out here. When the water gets down, you can come out here with light tackle and just flip it right off the bank and catch all the little whole fry channels you want.
I don't know how many of them I want.
None. I don't care. I don't care for the small fish. I take to home to my grandma. She likes to freeze them individual fillets, and when she wants fish, you just go in there and get her out a couple pieces and thaw them out, bake them. Sun it down. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty.
Shit, I'm holding pretty good right here.
Yeah, usually on the top of this hill, you got real good signal.
Hey, Dale. Hey, man. This fish. So far, this fish. Go catch it. Well, smelling time shell. It's working under that now.
We did we took a barn, the loft of a barn, and turned it into an art studio for a lady. And yeah, we had to take thermocell to work with us because the mosquitoes up there would just tote you off. Ran into I think it was a timber rattler.
In the law for the barn?
No, it was actually in the lady's underneath her lean-to, where they kept the lawnmower and the four-wheeler. She come over to the barn. She said, can I get y'all to do something for me? Sure. What is it? Kill this snake.
Where was it?
He was curled up on some bricks.
Where was it?
This was shoot. If you going down 82 to Indianola.
Yeah.
Right there when you cross the railroad tracks and the fish plant. That road,
Right.
the road to your left.
Yeah.
Back out in there. I can't remember what the name of the road was, but yeah, they said they got a ridge out there named Rattlesnake Ridge that they killed a 9-footer.
Huh.
I turned over a piece of 10 and had a king snake scare the crap out of me.
I guess you feel this too.
No, boss made me let him go.
Yeah, don't bother. Get the most.
Yeah, if I can see them before they give me a heart attack, they stand a good chance of surviving.
Yeah, I think you said something about that last night, Dave. Yeah. Yeah. That'll make you be looking real close at the ground when you come up around when you fish. Well, I'm gonna thank you anyway.
Yeah, life's fading fast.
Too loud, I may back the truck up.
I can't run it back out across the parking lot. One came on, one didn't. All right. Come here. Come. Angel. Come. Hip. Come. Hip. Angel. Now. Hip. Angel. Come. Angel. You hear me? Come. Oh, he took the whole thing. Come here. Come. Angel. Come. I am finna go get the collar. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna go get the collar. You don't start minding.
No, no.
Sure is. Yeah, they busy today. Come here, Angel. Come. Come here. Angel. Come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Angel. Come. Uh, Come on, back up. Come on. Go lay down. Go lay down. Had a girl. Yeah, even Granny said today that she was plumb tuckered out. And she had to do nothing this morning but lay her out.
Wore out last.
I said, yeah. I said, she normally greets me at the door after I go get a shower, get dressed at the board. I said, she was still in the bed. Uh-huh.
Skunk around there made that galaxy made for that river that took it out of.
Been nice to have that on video. But she sure sounded like a herd of buffaloes going through there.
She was headed for that water. Fast as she could get there. Light of crawling bugs down
Yeah. One night we're gonna run into them real good.
there. Well, I'm ready.
Oh, I think I entered into a couple of flathead challenges coming up next couple of months.
You did. Where?
Uh, I think it was on the pond, the one we was on last night.
Would you send a text message?
No, just what did it say? I was made it. 12.
Well, listen, now, how you gonna enter me? You don't even last time.
No, I entered. I didn't see it. Just I guess I didn't enter. I don't guess I just hit a reminder.
Oh, so it is. Yeah, because you got to be on YouTube. You got to set up and everything like this.
As I said, I was planning to go get a tripod today, but
Well, first thing you got to do is get StreamYard on it. So,
get what?
StreamYard.
Okay.
Can you search StreamYard.com?
That's what I did earlier. That's what it said that my phone wasn't compatible, so I just had to find something that is.
You have to put Chrome in there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you update Chrome.
Yeah, the thing is, I ain't got no signal out here to do anything. The download all.
Well, see, you have to walk around and try to. Yours shows bars on it, don't
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is to update it, to download the updates, and all that. I don't have the signal sitting here, signal strength.
Well, then how you gonna have enough signal strength to?
I can run the video and everything else, but I can't download.
Okay.
And plus, and plus, with my data being gone, zapped out, it's
Right. There's a link up there, Bill. If you got the anchor to come up here, it's back up the screen a little way. I'll not be too good to fall back up there. I don't know if one of these moderators can drop it down in there, drop it or not.
that's me.
Oh, you cut it off?
Well, I don't hear nothing out of it anymore, so I don't know if I got out of range. Are they talking to you through the ear? Okay.
It's tight. That's all I'm doing, reading. Tight. They know. See, somebody's got to be up there with us for it to hear us talk.
Okay.
See right here?
Uh-huh.
All right, if somebody wanting to come up on screen, a little red dot.
All right.
Hit that dot and show the picture. Hit the picture. They'll be up there with me. StreamYard, once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. I had Streamlab when I first started.
Uh-huh. I mean, it don't have to be StreamYard. It could be another live app, right?
99% of folks use StreamYard.
Okay.
And they use it on Android and Apple.
Yeah, I'll just have to sit down at the house. I'll sit down, see if I can get it to work.
Yeah. And see what he did. He's a moderator in my channel.
Okay.
That means I made him a moderator. Send him the link. He went back up and dropped the link right here.
Okay, pulled it back, dropped it back down.
Brought it down so somebody can tap on it. They'll show up over here, and I can bring them up, and they'll be up here with me.
Okay.
Look at him. 2 months ago, I didn't have any idea what I was doing. Thank you, Tim. But then you got to have your little motorcycle battery or something to run your charger.
Yeah. I've already been thinking about that.
And those black lights, you say they don't shine good, but if you had a pole stuck in the ground
I got them up high.
hanging right there shining, they would shine your pole good.
Okay.
But, you know, no, take a piece of rebar with a little hook on it, but just stick in the ground by your pole hanging. long way. You know, I ain't make it two, and they ain't but $5 at low.
For the black lights?
Yeah, that's $5, $4.97.
Yeah.
They got a stack. I should have bought one too, but I ain't. I mean, I guess I could and go on and get some rebar.
But if my boss don't say nothing, I got a whole or almost a whole stick of rebar at work. I won't steal.
Quarter inch.
No, it's a half inch, I think.
You know, for that you wouldn't need nothing but the little quarter inch, half or 3/8.
Yeah.
Well, you can't staple or something on it. You know, with a little hook.
Yeah.
They do well. Now,
Heck, probably just take a bit of hook at the end of it, a little less at the end of it.
heat it up, bend it a little bit.
I got to keep map gas. And I don't know if it get hot enough, but I tried.
See the light above.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Bill.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steve,
hey, boy. Now,
you
can you see
fishing
the
again,
chat?
huh?
Yeah. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I can see 4 poles.
No, your chat. Chat.
Yeah. I can see my chat. I got it. I'm on a computer and a telephone.
All right. Well, if anybody says anything, all right, I'm gonna change the layout a little bit. Yeah. All right, you still there, but you off the screen so we can see these posts.
Let me
Still
see if
there?
I can.
You still in here, but I changed the layout.
Can you hear me, Steve?
Oh yeah, I hear you good.
All right, good. I'm turning the sound down on my computer where I can just talk to you on my phone. And you got a chat that says Timalina.
Yeah, he just dropped the link.
I got you.
Yeah, I changed the layout on the screen so that we can see the posts.
How'd you do last night?
We caught one fish and got off at the bank. We don't even know what kind of fish it was.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
Are you fishing the same place? Are you fishing?
No, we're in a different spot, but this is the place we fish a lot.
I got you.
But it's not where we were last night. Them
Yeah.
gray rocks like to kill both of us, so we're looking for flat ground today.
You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Well, that may be my signal.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Tim, I'll see you later. Go ahead.
what time did you get down there? Are you fishing Warfield?
Yeah, well, I'm in the across the highway, across the blacktop from Warfield over here by Marine.
I got you.
I don't know, about 5:36.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you catch some. I want to see you reel a big one in.
Well, we hope to get one.
Yeah.
That one bite got all my bait, but I don't think he's that big.
Oh, okay.
I'll just set up for a fish.
Yeah, we just like at this point we just like to catch a fish. That third pole from the right.
Yeah.
That little short white one, it's got a crappie head on it. Huge fish. Monster crappie head.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So if we get something on there, it's gonna be a good one. Y'all getting any storms up there today?
Well, we're supposed to get a lot of rain and stuff. I had a trailer sitting out in my yard, and I got a big motorcycle on it and a big riding John Deere mower. And I told my wife, I said, it's gonna rain tonight. We're gonna haul that to Mississippi. I'm heading to Mississippi Thursday.
Yeah.
Carrying the lawnmower to my little niece, she bought it. My neighbor was moving, and he had a nice John Deere mower, and she just bought a new house. So I'm gonna, and then the motorcycle, I'm carrying it. My little brother's gonna carry it to Alabama and get it fixed.
Oh,
I done got too old to ride one.
well, yeah, I'd say that's right.
My little nephew, Sean Hammond's, Debbie's brother's son, 2 years ago, like killed himself. And ever since that happened, my wife, she just said, no more motorcycles.
Well, I don't blame her a bit. You know, that's one phase I never went through in my whole life.
Really?
Never. Or horses or motorcycles, neither one.
Well, when I was in Yazoo City, I was a manager of a Firestone store there. I was an office credit manager, and I rode some enduro. That's how I kind of got into it. But I haven't been on this bike. I hadn't cranked it in a year, so just been sitting out of my head.
I had a little motor back in the day, back and forth, so I could play ball. But it was nothing for a time. Yeah, tractor fully concentrated.
I'm catching about half of your words. The signal must be a little weak where you are.
I don't know. I hear you good. Wave your arm. Say something there.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear?
I see
How you
somebody.
doing? How you doing this evening?
Who is this?
This is Eric.
I'm doing good.
You hear him too, huh? He can hear you. He can't hear me.
You kind of
Can you
cut
hear me?
It's
Can you hear
cutting
me
in and
fine?
out. You're cutting in and out.
Both of us?
All right. Sometimes it's pretty plain, and sometimes it's just kind of sketchy. All right, Eric, start talking again.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, signal down here isn't the best in the world.
Yeah, it's you're coming in pretty good now. That dog looks like the smartest one out there to me.
Sure old log. I don't know. Last night she went and got skunk, so I don't know how smart she is. She does have a problem with logs being in the water.
Uh-oh. You fishing with the best there, you know that, don't you? He's the catfish
Oh yeah.
king.
Yeah, what I hear.
I don't know if he's a better fisherman as he was a coach. I think it's a tie.
Well, we have a lot of fun fishing together. So and we lost it.
All right, got you back now. Steve is a little weak. I was trying to watch him last night, and I couldn't hear Steve. I could hear some of the others, but Steve was kind of cutting in and out. I really couldn't tell what was going on.
Yeah, these fishing holes, they're not. I don't know why we're right here by town, but we have no service out here hardly.
Yeah, you're coming in pretty good. Are you from Greenville, Eric?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I lived there for 100 years. I was in management at Sears. I've been
Okay.
gone. I live in Northwest Arkansas. I've been here for 20-something years. So.
I was pretty much born and raised here.
I got you.
And for the the past 5, 6, 7 years in the summertime, this is where I spend my summers.
That's a good place to spend it.
Yeah, it kind of helps keep me out of trouble.
Maybe I shouldn't ask this question on there, but I guess I will. You know, I've got a couple of websites that I look at, Greenville, Washington County, and all this. And how safe is it out there when y'all fishing at night? You have any issues?
I've never had an issue. That's part of the reason the dog is with me.
Yeah.
She'll usually deter most trouble. But yeah, most of the time, no trouble at all. Every now and again, you do get some riffraff come out or whatever. You just kind of have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, normally when nobody's fishing, you got the teenagers come out here. What you want?
Yeah, because Steve and I are too old to run. we just have to do what we have to do.
I'm the same way. I can't run either. I stand a better chance of jumping in trying to swim. But
yeah,
the dog got on a skunk last night.
Well, the dog's doing something. I don't know exactly.
No, she come and lay down in her bed.
Okay.
Dog got on a skunk last night.
She ran into a skunk right about 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Did it get her?
Yeah, it got her a little bit. It didn't get her full stream, but yeah, she smelled like a skunk a little bit.
Look at it. She came tearing down that bank through the vines and all and jumped off in the
river. Really? Jumped in the water?
Yeah, it ran straight into the water. Sounded like a herd of buffalo going through the vine.
I don't blame her.
She didn't come down the trail. She came straight to the river.
She's a good girl, though. She's only a year and a half old. I've had her since she was 3 days old. Raised on a bottle.
Well, we're so poor in Arkansas, we can't afford a dog. If somebody pulls up, my wife makes me go out and bark. Up here in Arkansas, we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and lick other people's fingers.
Yeah.
That's poor.
Hell, Arkansas's got what, 18% tax now?
Well, it's about 10% tax in Springdale, but I'm hoping this new governor that we're going to get, she was Trump's press secretary, and if she gets it, she said she's going to abolish the state sales tax in Arkansas, which is good. But depending on what city you live in.
I'm working over in Arkansas in Lake Village right now, and we had to get 2 yards of concrete first of the week, and they charged 18% Arkansas state tax on it.
That's crazy. See, Springdale, here you've got Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville, and they all have different tax statutes depending on what the city votes. I think Springdale's 9%.
Yeah, see, I lived in Mobile for about a year, and I think theirs is up at 9-10%, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it ought to be one. If you don't have a sales tax or state tax, everything should be the same.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, with the way things are going, this is the first time in history that every state in the United States gas is over $4 a gallon.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yesterday was $4.09 here. I went to get gas this afternoon. It was $4.20.
I got a 2500 HD diesel. Cost me $135 to fill it up.
Oh my God.
Yep. And my wife and I, we travel a lot, do a lot of camping, and when you hook a 40-foot camper behind it, you get about 10 miles to the gallon, 10 or 11.
Yeah, my mom gave me a 33-foot pull behind. Hey, bite, first pole. My mom years ago. My mom gave me a 33-foot pull behind camper, and and I had a little Toyota Tacoma with a V6 in it.
No.
And she lived in Keene, Mississippi, which is basically on the Gulf Coast. 6-hour trip. I literally could watch the fuel hand move. About every hour, I had to stop fill up with gas. You didn't pass the gas station, so yeah, I sympathize there.
Well, this diesel, it's a diesel, and if I'm just running it, just my wife and I can get 19 or 20 in it on the interstate driving. But boy, you hook a 8,000-pound camper to it, it uses the gas.
Yeah, Coach, that bounced it pretty good.
Yeah, but that's all he did.
That's all he did, but yeah, he bounced it pretty good.
I can hear you a little bit, Coach. You must have a weaker signal than your friend, than Eric.
Hey, look, I got the right earbud in, and he's got the left earbud in.
I couldn't hear it.
He said he's got the right earbud in. I've got the left earbud in.
I got you. You got Mary Robertson on there, Coach.
Yeah. Hey, Mary. I don't know what's wrong. This may be messed up. How you turn them off?
Just mash it. Now let off hook. Yeah, I heard it beep just then.
It beep?
It beep.
I see a bunch of bugs flying around them lights out there. Oh, yeah. Hey, that right pole. That's the pole on the right bouncing.
Anybody? Is he talking?
Yeah, he said pole on the right is bouncing. Which one? The first or second one on the right?
It's the first one on the right.
Well, all right. Yeah, that's the one.
It bounced pretty good there.
Yeah, that's the one that just had bounced just a second ago.
Maybe he'll take it. I'd like to see the coach bring in a big one.
I would too.
All right, I turned it off, turned it back on.
I'd like to see one completely bow over, no he's hooked. I caught a little flathead right here last Saturday, and I didn't even know he was on the line. He just sat. He took it and sat there.
Yep. Coach Mary said good hit on the far right pole, so she saw it too.
Yeah, I see it moving now. It's not moving much. It's just moving a little bit. Yeah, I'm hoping with this river starting to fall a little bit today that maybe the fish can bite a little bit tonight.
I hope so. There he goes, the man and the legend. I do a lot. I mean, a lot of trout fishing. I love to trout fish. We got so many trout lakes around here, trout streams. I do a lot of trout fishing, do a lot of crappie fishing. The catfishing in Arkansas, they got such stupid limits that
you got a limit on catfish?
Say again?
Y'all got a limit on catfish?
Yeah, Arkansas. Like I was in Lake Chico here. Oh, I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago, and in Mississippi, you know what the limit is. But I think Arkansas was 10 or 8 per person. It was crazy.
Huh? I don't think Mississippi's got one.
I don't think. I hadn't been there in 100 years. I don't know.
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no limit, no size scale or nothing on catfish. The only so-called catfish that we have a length limit on is a spoonbill.
Yeah, I used to when I lived in Mississippi. I did a lot of hand grabbing in Lake Washington. Did a lot of catfishing. Did a lot of yo-yos and limb hooks, trot lines. I used to love the catfish there, but here where I am in Northwest Arkansas, you
Come
got
on,
to be.
Ange. Come on, Ange. Yeah, I've never done the hand grabbing. I have this problem with going underwater and sticking my hand in a hole and waiting for something to bite it.
I've caught many of them. I mean, I've caught many of them in my lifetime.
I grew up on a 40-foot yacht. Lived on a 40-foot yacht for about 5 years. I used to have to wade to school and all that. I got to see some of the stuff that swims in the water. No, I don't want to wait for it to bite me.
Mary Robertson said that the limit in Texas is 25.
That's a lot of catfish.
Yeah, 25, yeah. Tell the coach, Dale Hayslip, that just got in. He said he got a channel cat blue bite or something coming up.
Did you hear that, Coach?
He's looking at that rod. His heart's beating.
Yeah. I don't blame him. It hit it hard. Whatever it was, it hit it hard.
Mosquitoes bothering y'all much?
They about to tote Coach off down there. It looks like.
I didn't know whether he was giving hand signals or fighting mosquitoes. I thought he had somebody on first base.
Give him the go signal. Yeah. The bugs are bad down there around them lights, but they're not bad up here away from them. We got thermocell going, and I believe it off this time of the year. So when the sun starts setting, I go ahead and spray it out.
Yeah. Mary Robertson said, "Swing away."
I don't know that. He's probably just sitting there on that line on that first pole. He's just gonna leave him on there and wait for a bigger one to eat him, right? Okay. Yeah, the spot we're fishing tonight, I fished this same spot almost all year, all summer long for the last 4 years. And last year I probably caught 40 or 50 flatheads out of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Biggest one I've caught is been 30 pounds out of it.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
I love catfish. I mean, I'm telling you, that's my wife, catfish and crappie, but I love catfish.
Yeah. Coach is one of our mutual friends. Come here, Angel, come, Angel, now. Please don't make me go get the collar. Come on, hip, now. Okay, that'll work. One of my coach's mutual friends, he taught me about 4 or 5 years ago about flatheads and all that, and after I started catching flatheads, I quit doing everything else.
Yeah, well, they're fun to catch now. That in that river, you got to know what you're doing too. You got to know how to do it. That's a big thing.
Yeah, and how to do it and where to find them.
Tell Coach that Andy A is in the chat.
I think he can hear.
Coach, if you can hear me, raise your hand.
Yeah. Oh, there's a tree over there. That was questionable there for a second.
Tell the coach that I was fishing one time in Lake Washington with a pole catfishing, and I hung a catfish, and he was so big when he dove, he knocked dust from the bottom of the lake.
I heard. I haven't heard that one before.
That boy still full.
Oh, oh, oh. Whew.
I don't know. I can't hear nothing I'm saying now.
Mary wants to know, did they get the bait?
No, he changed it out. Angel, get up here.
He's about half up and all.
Oh, that's bright.
How do y'all keep your equipment charged up down there?
He's got a little generator in the back of his truck.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
That runs the lights, and all. He got a little battery pack that charges, keeps his phone charged.
Oh, okay. I got you. Because I'm looking at my phone now. I'm gonna have to holler because I got 11% left, and she's fixing to be gone.
That's what I told him. I had my phone on when it was daylight, so I could reach chat. Told him I didn't want to turn mine off because I was losing battery. But it was nice talking to you.
You too, man. Coach, I'm gonna stay on. I'm just gonna get off the phone, stay on the computer. I'll text you. All right, we'll see you.
Did you hear him talking?
Yeah, I can hear him. I don't know.
Nobody can hear it. Nobody hear. You want this back? You like to talk more than I do.
Turn this thing off. How you turn it off? Yeah, you hear a beep. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Can Coach hear the talking? He just can't.
I don't hear them low dust. Hey, Chuck.
That's two nights. That's 2 nights in a row for the coach.
I think that's all.
Well, unless somebody's talking, you can't tell.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Give me your earphone, Chuck. I'll just put them back
I can hear the coach now. I hear him talking now.
in. We ought to be able to hear through up
All
there.
right.
Chucky Morgan is online, Coach. He said, "Hey, Steve."
Hey, Chucky, can you hear me?
He's on live chat.
Yeah, I know it now. Now, how can I hear it and the earbuds are in the charger? You hearing it on the earbuds? Yeah.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, now I hear you up there. Yeah.
All right. Well, I hear you good.
Yeah, well, I put the earbuds down off and I'm just going off the telephone mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you sound clear now.
I don't know what's wrong with the earbuds. Some reason it ain't working.
All right. Well, did you hear me say Dale Hayslip and Chucky Morgan are on?
Yeah, I can see the chat now. It's
Oh.
dark.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, now we hear you. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with that earbud, but it ain't working. One of them's working, one of them ain't.
You're clear now. You're clear as a bell. Did you fish till 1 o'clock last night?
I did.
2 nights in a row.
Hey, I doubt we're gonna make it to 1 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it about 10, 11, maybe.
No, we won't make 11 o'clock tonight.
Well, I hope you catch something.
Well, I've had 2 or 3 bites, but that's all. A little old bitty small fish.
Yeah. I hear the frogs and stuff hollering out there.
Yeah, buddy.
My little nephew, Sean Hammonds, he always catches me a bunch of frogs. He goes frog gigging. Oh man, boy, they're good. I love frog legs. I don't like them you buy in the store, but I like those fresh one he catches.
Oh man, yeah. We got a hang up.
Uh-oh.
Break.
Don't want to lose that.
Gonna lose. Gonna lose something. Come and lose. It came and lose.
Good deal.
Brought in half of a bale of red vines.
You've been watching the NCAA baseball tournament?
No, I have not. I didn't even know they had started.
Yeah. Arkansas is playing Alabama. They beat them yesterday, and then they were ahead of them when I was looking a while ago.
Is this a region?
I'm sorry. I meant not NCAA. It's just regular season tournament. I don't know what I'm thinking.
The SEC tournament.
SEC, yeah, not NCAA. Well, it's NCAA, but it's SEC. And Ole Miss was playing Texas A&M. Texas A&M was winning, and I think State was losing too.
Yeah. Well, A&M is the number 1 team, aren't they?
Yeah, Arkansas is 4. I think A&M is, yeah. I was when I moved here, I went to school. I went to their classes, and I was an official over at the University of Arkansas for about 2 years.
Baseball?
No, track and field.
Oh, okay.
I did it.
They got a great track program.
Yeah, they do. They sure do.
Arkansas in general has a great track program.
Yep, yes, they do. And I think they just won the outdoor tournament this year. Here, it happened last week, I believe is when it was. You fishing with skipjack?
Skipjack and that got a few crappie heads.
Oh, okay. You catch some crappie?
No, I got friends that save them for me when they catch them.
Okay, I got you.
I don't keep many on hand. I just keep a few.
My wife likes crappie more than me. Do you eat catfish and stuff, Steve?
Yeah, we'll keep a few every once in a while. Not very many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love catfish.
I do too. In fact, Consolidated Catfish, they're in Mississippi. Robbie, she's a lady I know there. I'll call her. In fact, I called her yesterday. They just now started selling back to the public. And if I call her and let her know a day ahead of time, she'll pick me out and some catfish, and they'll fillet them.
Yeah.
Those 3 to 6 ounce fillets, and she inspects them good, and she'll put 15 pounds to a box, and then I'll bring them back to Mississippi, Arkansas from Mississippi.
I don't know what my man's doing down there now. He's having something. I don't know.
Look like is he hung again?
He's practicing, I think.
out there for your life.
What, throw mine?
No, I threw out there and Kurt gonna take it over here.
Got to talk to herself now.
I know. Now that you can hear me, Bill, I want to tell you about that skunk attack last night.
All right, tell me.
She went up the hill. We were kind of down under the hill. You saw where the camera was sitting way back up on top of the hill. We were sitting down next to the water. And she wandered off back up the hill there around the trucks. And there's vines and stuff everywhere. And all of a sudden, she come tearing down through them vines, running 80 miles an hour and off in the river. That's how thick the vines were. We couldn't even see her. We just saw her go through the vines, you know. And we didn't know what was wrong. And all of a sudden, that wind was blowing. And all of a sudden, that skunk smell hit us. Puppy got that skunk up there, up in the park, and come sailing and running to the river to jump in the water. That's what so she knew to go get that head on the water.
Well, how'd she ride home with that skunk smell all over?
Well, she didn't get hit real bad, and it wasn't me now. It's not my dog.
I know. It's Eric's dog, right?
But we went 2 separate trucks. Oh, you're not ask Eric about riding home with a skunky dog. Yeah, Eric says you smell like burnt wires on a vehicle or something. I don't know. It smelled like a damn skunk to me. It was rough, man. You sailed down there through them vines and jumped off in the river, Katusha. We didn't know what was happening. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, scared the hell out of us.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, my phone's down to 7%. I'm on if I go out, that means my phone went dead.
All right.
I'm still on the computer. I can still, chat and look at the computer, but I don't know why I didn't charge this phone, but I didn't. In fact, I didn't even know you was on there, and I check it pretty well every night just to see if you're there. I tried to set this stupid phone up to let me know, but sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know. I wasn't going to fish tonight. Kay and I was going to go out and eat. Sometime today, she said we wasn't going to eat. And about that time, Eric said he was going to go fishing. And so I said, well, hell, if I ain't going to go out, I'll go fishing. So that's... And then I wasn't even going to go live. And I asked Eric if he wanted me to live stream. And he said, yeah, so I did.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you did.
But, he's trying to... I'm the skunk master. Because I don't never catch fish. And he says he's going to break me of being a skunk master, but I say I'm going to make him a skunk master junior. He's probably going to do away with me here in another couple of trips. He's going to take me off his telephone where I can't get to it. He going to block. I don't blame him, though. This bank fishing is tough.
Yeah.
Especially with this river up so high. And now it's fishing start falling a foot a day. And
oh, is it? Well, do they bite better, Steve, with a fall or with a standstill?
I like a standstill or a slight rise.
Okay.
That's me now. I never caught any fish on a drastic fall. Even out of a boat, I never was able to catch them out of a boat when that river, the Mississippi, you know how it'll do. It'll fall a foot and a half, 2 foot a day.
Yeah.
And I figure all the fish must go out in the deep water when that happens and but I can't get them. Couldn't even get them to bite in the deep water.
When you were in the boat fishing, what'd you fish? The eddies? You find an eddy or something, or you had a special place to go, or how did you know? What'd you do?
Current seams off of points, you know.
Yeah.
You've been on the river some, hadn't you, Bill?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know all them mile marker signs. You know the navigational aids.
Right.
You know they all sit out on a point.
Right.
Well, every one of them got a current seam shooting off of it. You know where it changes the direction of the current?
Yeah.
Those are always good places to fish. So it's trench down through there, you know, a ledge. Hey, Kenneth, take down catfishing.
I got you. My brother-in-law used to live there in Greenville, and he bought a ski boat. And he called me and said, "Hey, man," said, "let's go run some jugs in the river." I said, "All right." He said, "I'm going to bring one of my bosses with me." And I said, "Okay." So we went out in the river, and he was throwing the jugs out of the side of the boat. And I said, "Hey, man," I said, "don't pitch those jugs out on that boat. You get one of those lines in that prop." I said, "We got problems." So he looked at me like what was going on. So anyway, he threw one out, and sure enough, it got around the prop, engine stopped, boat started spinning. My brother-in-law, he like I had a heart attack. I said, "Well, one of us got to get in that water and cut that string off because you couldn't tilt that motor up. It was an old ski boat."
Yeah.
So I took a ski rope, put around me, and I eased out of the back of that boat with a knife and cutting that string off with that boat heading towards the Mississippi River Bridge, the old bridge about that time. And you could feel that suction. You know how you feel that suction in the water?
Oh, yeah.
I thought my shoes was coming off. Anyway, I got it cut off and got back in the boat. And I explained to him in a pretty good way that he wasn't going to throw any more noodles out. That was going to be done by us.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Before your phone dies, and I know you know the story about Snapper Jean and the motor falling off the boat.
Yeah.
Over the old marina. That room about Snapper Jean and the boat motor.
Do what now?
Tell them the story.
I wasn't there I knew about it, but I wasn't there.
When he dropped the motor off the back of the boat. You ain't never heard that story.
I don't guess I have. I remember Snapper talking about it, but I never went into detail with it.
I've heard Snapper tell that story. I'll stand up here and tell it.
All right.
Bill Wright's brother-in-law wanted to go fishing one day. So he went over we had a marina here in Greenville where you could rent little old John boats. Well, he went over there and rented a John boat, and he got his little motor and put on, and he went out fishing. And when he came back, and it's on Lake Ferguson, got a cobblestone waterfront and everything.
Right.
And when he came back he pulled his boat up there and tied it on this walkway there at the old marina. And when he was taking his motor off the back of the boat, he dropped it and it fell in the lake. Well, he just went right on off the back of the boat after his motor. And he went down to the bottom and he found that motor. Well, he wasn't strong enough to pull it back to the top, so he just started walking up that bank, up that cobblestone. Hell, he could see the daylight, but he said he didn't think he was going to make it. But he finally kept going, and he had stuff in his pockets, and it all floated up to the top. And he finally got the last grasp of breath. He said he was fixing to have to turn that motor loose and go. He broke the top of the water and just laid out on that cobblestone in the parking lot. He was laying there gasping for air. He could hear all these folks hollering and screaming. He turned around and kind of looked back over there, and the folks was throwing their shirts off and jumping in the river, jumping in the lake, hollering, Snapper Gene drowning. Snapper Gene is drowning. He said there were 3 or 4 the men that jumped off in that lake. And he couldn't say nothing. He was like over there spitting water, trying to raise his hand and say, I hate y'all. Finally, somebody looked over and said, "That's Snapper G laying up there in the parking lot." He done jumped off. Oh, man, I hear him tell that story, but I've heard it several times. I've heard him tell it. I always shut up and listen because it is a funny story.
Well, we had some times, me and those. Oh, let me tell you what he did to me now. 2 years ago, it was just he and I at the deer camp at West Mississippi. You remember when they had all the cold weather in Mississippi and the sleet and the snow and all that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Snapper, I said, he called me and said, look, said, meet me at the deer camp. Well, it's 400 miles from my house to the front door of the deer camp at West. So I left and beat him to the deer camp. And I was standing outside. It was sleeting and cold. And I look, and here he comes with a 4-wheeler in the back of his truck. I said, Snapper Gene, where's your trailer? Well, I didn't know if I wanted to pull it with this ice and stuff. I said, well, how did you get in the back of the truck? He said, I put them ramps on it and drove it up there. I said, well, if you drove it up, you're going to have to drive it out. I said, man, I'm 70 years. I'm too old to be coming out of a truck with a 4-wheeler. He said, all right, I'll do it. So we got up that morning, and it had sleeted, freezing rain, and the where you shifted had frozen. The brake handles had frozen. You couldn't get it in reverse. I barely got it in neutral. And so I said, we probably won't see nothing today. So anyway, we went down to the woods, and I was in my deer stand, and I wasn't in there. It was sleeting, cold, freezing. I had about a 3-inch crack, and I looked, and a big old 9-point buck stepped out about 200 yards. So I shot and killed him, and he ran. When he ran in the woods, and he crossed this ditch, pretty good sized ditch, and was laying on the other side. So I said, Snapper, I said, how are we going to get this 4-wheeler out of this truck? He said, we're going to roll it out. I said, all right. So we rolled it out of the truck. Well, you could go forward, but you didn't have a reverse.
Yeah.
So I crossed this ditch, and since you didn't have a reverse, we had to make a long turn. Anyway, I got that cross of the ditch and got that 4-wheeler up, that deer behind the 4-wheeler, and I got him on the back of the 4-wheeler, and we had trees, cut down trees because no reverse. And I got back on the gravel road now, and I had that deer on the back of that 4-wheeler. Snapper had a brand new truck, had bought a brand new Chevrolet. And I said, Snapper, you going to ride this 4-wheeler in the back of that truck? I said, we ain't got no brakes or nothing. He said, no, you can do it. I started up that ramp. When I got almost to up in the truck, the deer slid off to the left and made me fall forward. I hit the throttle and put the front wheels on top of the truck.
Oh, Lord, man.
So the front wheels on top of the truck, and the 4-wheeler was on me, and Snapper was going Bill. He said, look, man. He said, I can't move no 4-wheeler. He said, well, what you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to have to move it, Snapper. So I got the 4-wheeler off of me and wheels on the back of the truck. He goes, did you bend the top of my truck? I go, no, I didn't bend the top of your truck. He said, well, coming down, we're going to knock them windows out when you, that back window out when you come down with that 4-wheeler. I said, we can't drive with it like that, Snapper Gene. So we got it down and got it in the back of the truck. I took pictures of that. That Snapper Gene like to have a heart attack. He was something else.
Yeah, Snapper Gene. Somebody ought to write a book about that boy.
You remember Jamie Russell, don't you?
Sure I do.
All right. It was either last year. I think it was last year, Steve, or year before last. He called me. He said, man, I just bought me a brand new Bass Tracker boat. got a 75 on it. Said, I'm going to rig it out for us to go crappie fishing anytime you come to Mississippi. I said, all right. He said, I mean, brand new. Well, the next day, he and his wife went down there. And Jamie, he was probably, I don't know, 20 yards from the water, maybe 30. And he got in the truck, and he had taken the straps off the back and disconnected the winch in the front. So that boat was just sitting on the trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
So when he went to back down, he hit those brakes, and the boat started rolling off the trailer.
Oh, man.
His wife, brand new boat, never been in the water. His wife started screaming, and she said, Jamie was he was going backing in the lake 40 miles an hour in that truck, so the boat wouldn't hit the concrete.
Oh, man.
And I asked him, I said, well, Jamie, did the boat hit the concrete? And he said, well, just the front of it a little bit, but it's all right. I said, my goodness. Brand new boat.
Yeah. Wasn't you down there at Squirrel Camp when Watson showed up and they done lost the trailer and all the three-wheelers?
Yeah. Yeah. James Watson, that's another story.
Oh, boy.
Them folks back then is something else. Boy, I could write a book on deer camp and all that stuff with them fellas.
Oh, yeah. We had a ball, though.
We did. It was a lot of fun. I miss those times. I miss old Snapper Gene. You know, when he died, I couldn't go back to the camp. I went back one time and I told my little brother, I said, look, if you want this, and we got a trailer that's got 5 acres, and I said, if you want this camp, I said, I'm not coming back. I'm through. He said, man, you've been hunting for 50 years. I said, well, I'm through. And I hadn't been back. I
understand.
Just not the same anymore, but that's the way things are, I reckon.
That's the way it is.
All right, this phone's about dead, brother.
All right, man.
Nice talking to you, Steve. I'm going to watch you. I hope y'all catch something, buddy.
All right. Appreciate you coming, Bill.
Tell Eric I enjoyed talking to him.
Too, sir. You have a good one now. Be safe.
All right. We'll see you. Bye.
Move the chair a bit closer. If somebody says something, you can talk to them. They can hear you. Yeah. If you want to. Skull Rush is in there. We're leading us.
No, I was trying to get that light pole on out there. So as I threw it, I forgot I only had a couple ounces weight on there.
Yeah, and then watched
it start taking off.
Well, I did kind of have got you crowded because that pole is straight out, that left pole. Yeah, I got you crowded in there.
Well, I wanted that light pole in that little pocket.
Well, that's where I thought you was going to fish. Well, see, what you probably ought to do is move your holders closer to mine, and that'll give you a little better angle.
Yeah. Well, it's that tree limb up there. It's the problem.
Yeah. And you left-handed.
Yeah, I left-handed.
Well, it don't look like these fish doing anything.
No, I gonna give them about another hour. About 9:30. I gonna give them about another hour. And if nothing happens, go home.
All right, we'll set your clock. We on the clock. We're fixing to get on the clock. You got a stopwatch?
I set an alarm.
Set an alarm. Give us an hour and 8 minutes. That's 68. That's 68 minutes.
10:30. All right, 4 minutes.
All right. That'll work.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the current. Something was just slightly tugging over that right pole.
Well, they got to pull it down. I mean, I can't catch no fish with a tap. I mean, I don't even want to catch a tap. I want to, if he don't pull it down, I mean.
I'm the same way.
I mean, if they ain't big enough to bite, they need to go on, eat a cricket or something on the brim pole. No, Duggar. Few bites, that's it. All I can say is we fishing.
We trying.
We trying. I got a mic to put on that thing, but I have to hook the generator up. Let's see.
Right.
Let me think, man, how that works. It plugs in. It goes to the telephone, and I don't know. I ain't used it in a while.
That's also the reason I brought got a light pole. It's more acceptable to the smaller fish. More sensitive.
Well,
besides, it's a lot of fun to catch a big fish on a light pole. Might take me no daylight to get it in, but
I just kind of like to catch a fish.
that'd be nice.
Well, them bugs swarming down there around in the lake.
I believe this river gonna get down next week, get down off that first flat. Might start catching some deer.
Well, it's gonna get down off that flat by next week. Of course, now Bill's up in northwest Arkansas, and he's talking about they're supposed to have storms tonight. All that water's got to come this way, depending on how much they get, how far across there it goes. Starts out in Oklahoma, right across there, all that water comes this way. All in Missouri. Yeah, we're on the clock. We got about an hour left. He could hear all them frogs on that microphone.
He can?
He said he could. He said I hear all the frogs. Put that back there too.
Wayne got bullfrogs living in his swimming pool.
Oh Lord.
He hadn't cleaned it out for the summer yet.
Yeah.
Get all that stagnant water in there.
Oh gosh.
All that storm we had, what was it, first of the week or whatever,
right.
Sunday. He come to work Monday or whenever it happened and said, yeah, I don't think I have a swimming pool anymore. I said, huh? He said, it looks like a taco on the fence.
Oh man.
He had started clearing out and got about that much water left in it, so that wind just picked it up, relocated it. Yeah, there was a trampoline driving to Lake Village. There was a trampoline that morning across the highway in the middle of the fields.
Blew it out of somebody's yard. Well, I told you, it twisted my sweet corn all up in a knot.
Yeah, I was outside weed eating when he come in. She went crazy. She didn't know what was going on. I looked at her and said, I don't think we in Kansas anymore.
No, man, that was bad wind. Well, I told you, I saw a tornado way up high.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, about from my house, I was looking due north, and I saw it out there. I saw it in the mirror. I got them big old picture windows in the front of the house, big old tall ceiling. Got a big mirror there. When I look at it, I look up out through the top of them windows, and I said, Lord, look at yonder. And I got up and went out where I could see good. And yeah, it come down. It was real high. I'm gonna say at least 1,000 or so feet. It just dropped down and went right back up in the clouds. Good vibes with the stories. Let me see. Caleb Tucker. That's a new name to me. Let me get up here where I can read that. Yeah, fire ring. The only problem with a fire ring is it's the end of May in Mississippi, and we don't want no damn fire. It'd be too hot. Yeah, fire ring. It would be pretty in the wintertime, but Mississippi, we don't need no fire in the end of May. It's hot enough without a fire. But that is a good suggestion, Caleb.
If you build a fire now, you build it way over yonder.
Yeah, man. I had to be so far away from it, I couldn't even smell the smoke.
My grandma was picking up sticks the other day. Everything else, she said, "Do you want to put this at the fire pit?" I said, I said, "Granny, it's 92 degrees outside. I think it's gonna be a long time before I have a fire."
You don't need no fire right now.
Come on, baby. Just one.
Yeah, I understand Oregon. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, Snap a Gene and that outboard motor over there at the marina, that was a classic. It was on a Sunday. And all them people had gone in there to eat. Do you remember the marina when it was?
Yeah, I remember the marina.
When it was out there on the end of that pier?
Yeah. They took it down what late 80s.
Yeah, I don't know when I don't know when they did away with it, but yeah, it had a restaurant. It was a good place to eat out there on the lake. And people jumping in that, taking them seats off Sunday seats, jumping in that lake trying to save Snapper G. And he done gone down and walked up that cobblestone. He was laying up there about to die, after he done got out of the
water looking for it.
He turned around and looked back at what it folks with Superman and them suits and jumping in. Snapper G drowning. They was all jumping in to save him. Because everybody knew. He was trying to say something. Yeah, they used to get him to tell that story up the rack all the time.
He probably just my uncle. Uncle got up there a lot. Oh, Mike Davis.
Oh man, pool shooting Mike Davis? Yeah, I know Mike Davis well.
Yeah, he passed away.
I didn't know that.
He passed away last year.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I watched Mike shoot a lot of pool up there.
Yeah.
For money, big money. I didn't know Mike had gone.
Yeah, he had some problems with his legs and all that. I think it was more or less circulation problem. Yeah, he passed. Yeah, he's been gone. He's been gone right at a year.
I didn't know that. Well, I quit going up there, and I lost touch with all those guys. Bill, that's where I knew Bill from.
Yes, I don't think Mike hung out up there much. He did back in the 80s.
Right, that's when he was up there shooting
early
pool.
90s. He was up there doing bookie work and shooting pool.
That's right. I imagine that whole crew has all changed now. It's a whole different regime up there now.
Oh yeah, I've been in there. It ain't the same. It ain't the same place. Last time I was in there, guy I went with, they chased him out the front door shooting at him.
Oh no. I don't need to go back in there.
No. He asked for it. He didn't know how to take no for an answer. He didn't know how to, when someone said leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know how to leave him alone.
Yeah, you don't want to go to no fist fight. No, you don't want to go to no gunfight with a pair of fists or a smart knife, either one.
Well, I know he lived right across the street from me, and he beat us back to the house. Of course, we did ride around and see we found a dead body laid on the side of the road somewhere.
I saw a few knockouts up there out in the parking lot, but I didn't ever see no gunplay.
The bartender come out with a gun. The owner come out with a gun.
Who owned it now?
I don't know. I gave up going to bars and everything after 2006. And I won't step foot anymore. I went into that one just simply because they had just pestered me to go out and shoot pool. All right, never again. Yeah, I used to do back in 2000s, early 2000s. I did bars 7 nights a week, 8 hours a day.
Well, there ain't no future in that now.
No.
All you got there is broke.
A lot of days I don't remember.
There you go. All right, fish. About time for y'all to do y'all's thing now. I know one thing. I'm so all over again. Where's that smell?
Take that little 2-hour dab. It helped out a whole lot today.
Yeah, I should have taken a couple of Advil.
At least one hug the fish in the water.
I don't know if it is or not. I just don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna get the fish tomorrow night or not. I got to get finished over in Arkansas, and I've got to start about 3 hours later than I planned on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Southern Pipe didn't have enough 10-foot sticks of pipe, so I've got to get a trailer and load up 20-foot sticks.
Oh. What kind of pipe?
1.5 PVC.
You can't tie it under your truck?
No, I got nowhere to tie it. I'd have to run it across my mirror, and I got to have 220 feet of it.
That's 10, 11 sticks of it.
Yeah. 20 foot, yeah. About 20 sticks of it.
$20 sticks of 20 foot?
No. Yeah, it's about 10 sticks, 11 sticks.
Hey, Tex. Ain't much going on in here, bud. All we doing is fishing. Had a few bites. No big takedowns, anything. We on the clock. We got about 50 minutes to go. Ah, there's Bill again. Next 2 days up there? Okay. Well, Sunday night the river supposed to start falling a foot a day down here. I don't know. Depending on how much rain y'all get across there, whether it does or not.
I think a foot a day for 1 week and get it down off that flat.
Oh yeah, that water on that flat ain't 4 feet deep.
Yeah.
And get it down dry too.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's where we were when we caught that fish
Yeah.
too, wasn't it? It was out there on that flat.
Yeah, got that nice blue.
Yeah, we were out there past that tree with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here in the next few minutes.
About 45 minutes left.
45 minutes to go. On the clock. On the clock.
Well, you said back at the boat ramp, the logs are all floating now.
Yeah. Going to do the same tomorrow, so I can get by the peach sheds. Want some fresh peaches. All right. Yeah, that one that's in the road, across the road, it's floated out, pointed out toward the lake now. But the others are, they just, I had to have some help. Somebody go tie the chain and all. For me to do any of that.
I go out there.
Well, it's too late to fish in the woods now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But down there it's a big sycamore laying down there under the tower. Just
It fell over.
and no, it looked like a drift in there. It may have fallen over, but you could tie it to the end of it and pull it. But when you pull it, it's going to release about a cord of damn driftwood.
You got to get at it.
And all that's going to do is just go round and round out there, and that big old head and come in there and hang you up. And that's the reason I sat there and studied that current and sat there. I put my chair out and sat there and watched it for quite a while.
Had to get it out of there to give it a while to float out.
Yeah. And that water is shooting out of the woods.
It is.
Yeah. Water shooting. All your lines would wash right straight toward that river. Right straight toward that sycamore.
The only thing I've ever really caught over there has been
okay, bud. There you go, Bill. It can get hot now. That's one good thing about that generator. I can't bring a fan. I may have to cut one light off, but I can still have a fan.
It should run the fan too.
Yeah, but you have to have another cord to run the fan back up in.
I got it.
Well, it's still 3 more cords in the back of that truck. Yeah, I got 200-something feet of cord. Yeah, buddy.
They did the same thing to it last night. They hit it right after dark.
And then that was it.
That was it.
Well, no, I got a couple bites late, didn't I? Didn't I get one pull on beside that tree?
Yeah, you did.
But it was just 1, 2 pulls?
Yeah.
No takers. Deer camp story.
fishing is always better when it gets down below 30 foot.
Oh, well, for sure. Yeah, I agree. But for some reason, we still come out here.
Well, be sitting at the house.
Sure, it's a lot of work, though. It ain't no work sitting at the house.
No, but it's paid out big, but there's someone will always find something for you to do.
You got to tote stuff up and down to the bank, pack everything up, get home, unpack everything.
But sometimes the reward's worth it. It's like, I just did all that work on that lawnmower, trying to get the belt right. Told my uncle that he needs to have somebody know what's going on with it, what to do to it, look at it. He called me yesterday at work, told me he needed me to put the belt back on. He broke the belt.
Oh, God.
I get out, I get up and I go down to Southern Pipe today and start trying to get my business taken care of. And he calls me and, you still gonna put that belt? I tried to, but I can't get it. Yeah, Bob, as soon as I get back to the house, I'll put it on there. I get out there, pull it all messed up, everything's out of whack. I told him, Bobby, you got to get the belt guards put over there. You got to get somebody to look at this thing that knows what to work it with.
Yeah. What kind of mower is it?
It's a Troy built pony.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me tell you what. You know, I got a Husqvarna.
Uh-huh.
All right. It got to where it was like the clutch was slipping in.
Okay.
So I reached up on there and I felt the belt was just wobbly loose. It's 14 years old. I ain't never had a new dry belt. So anyway, I took the deck off and I said, well, I'll just put these belts all the way around. So I got up under there, I read the instructions, how to do it, and I got under the thing, and I managed to get it all back together and put the deck belt on it and everything. Well, I got on it, and it started off and went fine, and all of a sudden it started doing the same thing. I said, well, what in the world?
Fully buried.
No. So I went and got my owner's manual back out, and I read, and it talked about what the word they call it, not flushing, it's purging the transmission.
Okay.
So it told you how to do it. You put it in neutral with the motor running real idle, and you hold it forward down for 5 seconds. Then you hold the reverse down for 5 seconds. Then you hold it forward 5 seconds and reverse 5 seconds. Do that 3 times. Then you put it back in gear, and you run half throttle, and you go 5 feet forward and 5 feet back, 5 feet forward, and do that 3 times. Well, I did all that, and I felt like an idiot, you know. Because the transmission is sealed, it's enclosed. It ain't even no way to check the fluid. I mean, it wasn't leaking. So I went out in the yard, and it felt like it did a little better. So I said, well, I'll try it again. So I went up there and did all that again. Felt like it's doing a little better. So I finally did that 6 times. Purged the transmission, and now it's running. It's doing
Real fine now.
And I done gone to all that trouble putting these belts and everything on. It wasn't nothing but the transmission needs purged.
Well, somehow or another, these guards on this one, they rusted out or something. The tabs with the bolt, they screwed out to the deck.
Yeah.
Broke off. Well, when that happened, there's nothing to keep the belt
from flopping and jumping off.
When you release it, it gets that slack in it. It doesn't keep the belt from coming off.
That's right.
And he wouldn't put it back on there. I know that over time that's wore out something. I mean, the mower is it's probably 14 years old.
Well,
yeah, Dad.
He probably washes it off too instead of blowing it off.
No, he don't do nothing. He
just mows it. All that wet grass sitting up there.
Well,
you know, you ought not never put a garden hose on a mower.
Really?
No, use the leaf blower and blow everything.
I mean, he could out there cut soak your wet grass.
No, that ain't good either. If you do, you gotta let it dry and blow it off with a leaf blower.
I won't cut wet grass. If it rains, yards away. He'll literally get out there. If it rains that morning and sun comes up, he'll be out there that afternoon cutting grass.
No, it ain't no good. No, you gotta. Water under pressure is the worst thing you can do to a mower deck. Don't always use air on it. Even under the hood and all up under it and everywhere.
I live in a camper. I don't ever plan to cut grass again.
There you go. Now it don't hurt to wash up under the deck with it, but you know all these guys, they make deck. They got mowers now that's got a faucet you hook up on.
This one's got the hose hook up on it.
You know what I done? I set a garden sprinkler up under there and turn it on and won't believe it. And it polishes.
I bet.
You let it run. You let a garden sprinkler, a yard sprinkler run up on there for about 30 minutes.
Ain't that nothing funny?
It ain't nothing on that. I'm getting down on my knees with a nozzle and squirting water.
That's just like you want me to sharpen the blades on the thing, all right? And I said, well, Bobby, I got to take the blades off the sharpen. Oh no, you don't.
Oh man, you gonna?
No, you don't. Oh look, I'll help you. I'll help you lift this thing, pick this thing up. You get up underneath there with the grinder and
no,
I feel like hell I am.
No, that's a good way to get mashed.
Yeah. Consider my uncle has one leg.
Oh gosh, and plus you're gonna get some of that hot steel on you, and you can't see what you're doing.
It's like right after I got shot. I mean, I was off work for 2 weeks basically. I couldn't walk all day. So I would work all day, and as it is, and he wanted me to take my truck out to Mike's house and get Mike's lawnmower. I said, well, how are we gonna do this? Oh, well, we're gonna pick it up. I said, like hell we are. I said, I can't hardly put any weight on my right leg. I said, I sure the heck can't pick up no mower.
No. Boy, Mike used to catch some big crappie down there on that ditch behind Lake Washington.
Yeah, Cockerbarrel Shoot?
Yeah, well, that's
Washington Bow. Yeah, well, that's what he called it, Cockerbarrel. I think that's what he called it.
Yeah, man, he used to catch some fine crappie down there while walking along that bank.
I tried to get him to teach me the crappie fish. Take me crappie fishing, teach me the crappie fish. He couldn't get him to do it.
No, I've seen a bunch of them crappie. He caught some monsters down there.
That's all he did.
Yeah. He'd walk that bank down below the dam to fill with.
Yeah.
That's where Skull Rush fishes is like that.
Yeah. There's too many game wardens down in the suit, man. I don't like the laws, so I try to avoid where they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when I was out running a boat and everything illegal, like Memorial Day, Labor Day, all the 4th of July. Yeah. You wouldn't catch me on the water.
No, that's all amateur drunks and everything out there then. And plus them game wardens and water patrols everywhere.
I saw the Coast Guard was Memorial Day. It was either Memorial Day or Labor Day. They had a boat stopped in the middle of the lake. It was a guy, and I guess his son, it's either his son or his grandson. They reached down and bombed his boat, and they picked up a handle jug full, about half empty, bourbon.
Mm.
Oh my God! Who does that on the lake?
On a crowded holiday.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I imagine Greenville, Mississippi is the only place that the water patrol ever got killed on a holiday.
Water patrol?
Yeah, we used to have a water patrol here.
Really?
Yeah. And he hit that dry dock down there one holiday. That dry dock, you know, in the lake?
Yeah.
He hit it and got killed.
Damn.
Sure did. Now I wonder what he was doing.
It says no weight.
Bill Bill remembers all that. I'm sure.
The water patrol went through before my time.
Well, it was. I think it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
And that may not have been the exact title.
Yeah.
But he was some kind of special deputy or something, and had a water boat, had a siren on.
Yeah. Well, you know, the sheriff's department, all that they have.
That may have been the boat. I don't know.
They have boats.
But he sure hit that dry dock down there and
search and rescue it all
and killed himself.
Right.
I don't forgot his name. I didn't know the man.
Them dogs are still, they don't give. But yeah, I mean, in low water, you really ain't got no room through there to maneuver.
I think he hit it broadside.
Oh.
Turning some sort of way. I don't know.
Maybe chasing somebody.
I think he was drunk.
Could have been.
What the story was.
Could have been.
You know that concrete dry dock over there? You know it ain't but one more in the world? Did you know one of them dry docks is concrete?
No.
One of them's concrete. You look at it, you can tell it's concrete.
The ones that are workable now?
Yeah.
I never paid any attention.
Yeah, one of them's concrete. Walls and everything. And it's hollow, but it's concrete. And there's one other one in the world.
I think that's a heavy jug. That's heavier than steel.
I would guess it would be. But it floats up once they pump the water out of it.
Yeah. I've always been fascinated, like how they do the bridges, everything else, the boat ramps, how they pour concrete underwater.
Yeah, I watched them build a new bridge. They built that big ring around it, and it's dry.
Yeah.
It out, it's dry down in there. Can you imagine what you get paid to work down in the bottom of that hole?
Not enough money.
Not enough. But you know it's round. In the middle of a
river too.
Yeah. But you know it's round.
Yeah.
So it's equal pressure all the way around it. It won't collapse.
You never know that.
You don't. Yeah, I wouldn't know it. If you catch me down in one of them, somebody threw me down there.
That's right. Like my stepdad, he tried to teach me to dive down in New Orleans. Everything in the water in New Orleans, about as dark. It was as dark as this water. I took my face underneath the water and I couldn't see my hand. This ain't for me. You take me to Florida, somewhere where I can see what's fixing to eat me.
There you go.
And I might get something done. But I mean, I've heard stories of divers going down like around the bridge.
No, don't start that mess, man.
They
big as a Volkswagen.
Well, yeah. Look, I do believe it now, you know.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I understand there's some exaggeration, but
now that might have been Bigfoot chasing angels last night.
Could have been.
Because it didn't smell just like a skunk. Yeah.
If it was Bigfoot, I hate we didn't get him on film.
That dog, no, she tore down through them woods.
She was gone. She acts so big and bad sometimes, but other times she is just a big bad. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That was funny though. But yeah, she smelled. I mean, I did. That's what took me so long to pull off. And I said,
I was wondering what you've done.
What the hell is that smell? So I got out, looked at the truck, everything else. Because I didn't smell it until the skunk spray.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and something ain't right. Then we got going down the road. I said, maybe it'll go away. And it never went away. I said, you damn dog.
Yeah, that was a skunk.
Make her aware she'll never mess with another one. But I am glad that she didn't get a direct spray.
You'd had to
she would have to ride home and back in the truck. And I don't know where she slept last night, but it wouldn't fit in my camper.
On a chain somewhere. You'd have to bathe her some sort of way.
I tell you, I had a bather. I take the water hose low, but I don't know. I'd had to call in something this morning.
Well, you probably ought to be looking into getting you at least some of that soap, because shampoo to have around the house. Because if you're gonna come over here like this, she probably gonna run up on another.
Oh, I bet she will.
Oh, let's see. Be all right. Yeah, hot in Texas too, Mary.
Everywhere that south.
Yeah, Texas is hot. Man, these fish are doing exactly 0.
That's it.
2 or 3 little old nibbles right after dark, and that's it. Same thing last night.
I probably will not get to cut the water tonight, but I would have come fish up Sunday.
Well, I think I'm gonna put my poles up. They're waiting to let this river level out.
Yeah. Fish do bite better on the fall, but not in a foot and a half a day.
Go Stinky.
Come on, go lay down. Go
Stinky.
Go home. Go get your bed.
Calling that girl Stinky and hurt her feelings.
She is very sensitive.
She don't know why I don't pet her like I used to.
Yeah, I do. I still cuddle with her, even though I can still smell it. That's my baby. I can't help it.
You can't abandon her.
I can't. When I'm out like this, though, yeah, I have run your ass off. Gone. That's what I was worried about today. I take that down everything as I hugged up to her. I said, oh, man, I'm going to get up and go in the store.
And you don't smell like a
I
skunk.
will smell like a skunk.
We went to, back years ago when I grew up coon hunting. And I didn't even have a dog, but I'd go with the 2 good friends of mine. They both had a dog. And we turned those dogs loose, and we parked the truck on the turn road beside the woods. And turned the dogs loose, and they went down in the woods, and we were walking along the turn road. We could hear them out there, going up through the woods. We were just walking along. And we heard them baying out there, and all of a sudden, we felt that stuff come through the air. Johnny said, man, they done got on a skunk. And they was having a time down there. And they come tearing up out of them woods and come by us and took off down that turn road for that truck. They were running just like she was running for the water last night. They were running for the truck. And Johnny looked down there and he said, I left my door up on the truck.
Oh, no.
And instead of getting up in the back of the truck, they went right up in the cab.
Get me away from that thing.
Well, needless to say, I rode home in the back of the truck. They put them dogs in that dog box. And me and Alden rode in the back of the truck home. I wasn't getting in the cab of that truck.
Oh, no, I bet that was horrible.
Oh, gosh. Johnny was about to puke. And I rode standing over my head over the cab. like one of them German shepherds you see riding down.
Tongue hanging out.
Have a tongue hanging out. Oh, gosh. It was awful, man. Both of those dogs they got a full dose.
Oh.
And got up in the cab of his truck.
When I was a teenager, I went to the youth chapter program down in Camp Shelby. And while I was there, one of the bears got sprayed by a skunk. Everything, they had to take everything out of that. I don't know if they ever got the smell out.
Every time it rains, it comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably bathe her Sunday.
Well, maybe some of them way off by then. Because she's not bad, but you can smell her.
You can smell it. You get up on her.
When she gets close to you, you can smell her.
Yeah, the other thing is, I'm trying to debate if I want to fish Sunday morning early, or I just want to stick to my evening routine.
Well, you need to change up something. Because the nighttime ain't the right time.
They said by the forecast did say today wasn't a good day. Tomorrow's not a real good day, and then it jumps up to like an 80% chance on Sunday.
Well, let me ask you something. You remember last night during that thing when Catfish Curtis said, "Look at that moon"?
Yeah.
You remember him talking about how the moon? Yeah. Do you remember seeing the moon when we went home last night?
I do.
Barely coming up over there in the east.
Yeah.
And he's in Pennsylvania, see?
So he got it early.
Way northeast of us. And the moon was just barely up over in the east, on the eastern horizon when we went home this morning.
But I do. I don't understand how the barometric pressure, the moon phases, all that ties into the feed. But yeah, there's certain moon phases that they do feed. They feed more.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma used to say when I was a teenager, she listened to these damn doctors so much. They tried to say that my mood swings were because of the barometric pressure. That if the barometric pressure went up, I was gonna be happy. Barometric went down, got below a certain percent or whatever. That watch out, I was just gonna be an asshole. And Granny did. Granny had a calendar. She marked it all down. They said she say all the time, "Eric, you're like a woman. You got 1 week every month."
Oh.
And you just an ass.
How much time we got left?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Well. And Bill says, yes, I remember. Now, what was we talking about today? I said, oh, yeah, Bill talking about we're talking about that water patrol guy.
The reason I say 10:30 is because I have not had a bite sitting out here at all. And then 10:30, catch a couple fish.
Ain't it? I don't know. Is it a can of vine's in the back of my truck or not? Back there in the bed of my truck.
Dang, you hungry?
No, I ate before I came out here. I may have eaten them. I don't know if they're back there or not.
Me and her had. Granny asked me before I left. She said,
"Give me a
Does anybody vote dinner?" I said, "No, I'm still full." I said, Me and Angel had ribs for lunch. So I said, "I'll be good till I get home."
Let's see. What Buck say? I had a friend lose a trout down in the truck fender well in April and didn't know it.
Oh God!
I know, boy. Yeah, I know.
That's like having a rat die in the wall trying to find it.
Full moon fish at none.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, Buck. When I was coming along, I had a car. And we used to frog hunt. I carry a little old 12-foot John boat in the trunk of that car. And we sculled around and catch frogs. And we caught them, hand grabbed them. We didn't use a gig. We caught them by hand. And we went frog hunting one night, and I forgotten to count 24 or 25. I forgotten how many it was. But when we cleaned the frogs the next day, we were missing the frog. So we looked all in the trunk of that car. Never could find that frog. Well, along about a week later, I guess it was. It was in the warm part of the year. Man, I got in that car one morning, and you talking about stink. And I finally, it was a day or so later after that, I finally got in there and I took the back seats out of that car, and that frog had gotten up in the springs of the back seat. And that's where he was. And Lord, he wasn't nothing but a ball of
bass.
Yeah, and a ball of maggots, man. I said, golly, I was gagging at it. I left it. I rode around for a week with no back seat. I took that thing and I got it as clean as I could get it. And I leaned it up against the shed out there and let the sun shine on it. But and people said, man, where's your back seat? I said, there's a frog was in there. And I rode around in it with a car with no back seat.
There goes that rat again. There's a rat there.
Where is it?
Right there, going past my live.
I can't see it.
See it out there?
No,
I'm coming towards us now.
How far off the bank?
No, he's about 5 foot off, right there under my pole. So he come out of the water.
Come out of the water?
Yeah, he's right over there by that tree.
I don't see him.
He's there. Look, I just go find him.
Angel, that may be a skunk. You better come back.
Skunk swim?
Yeah, I imagine it can.
Oh, that was a rat. You could go find it.
I tell you, the signal is hell strong right here, hasn't it?
Yeah. I can't believe it doesn't hit that crappie.
Even just nibble on it, with all them guts hanging out the back end of it. That's just a sign that the fish they're either not here or they just not doing anything.
They may not be here yet. They may not be up in here yet. They may be over out there. They just can't get to them.
I don't know. I always thought when the water was high, they was up against the bank.
Look, everything I read this year about it, that's what they said too.
I caught a lot of fish in 15-foot water when the river was high.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the last.
I was going to tell you, it may not, where we can reach may not be but 8, 9 foot deep. They may be out there in that 20-foot water.
Well, I caught a 35 and a 60. Both of them were in 15-foot water, fishing straight down.
Yeah.
Out the back of the boat. And both of them I tore my poles up.
Yeah.
Just luckily I had the drag set loose on
them.
Otherwise you couldn't even get it out of the rod hole.
Yeah. I try to keep mine just tight enough to pull. Just pull it out of the reel.
Hello, Jeremy. What's that say? Narrison? Narrison? Hey, Jeremy. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. That's a new name to me. We're fishing, but we're not catching. Is Annette Morgan in here? I guess she is. Hey, Annette.
I would think that they would travel and the ledges.
And that's what they do. Are supposed to do. I don't. I don't know. I don't know who cut that fella's trot line, but
They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad at him in the morning.
apparently somebody else came down here fishing and pulled it in here and cut it.
He sure got it ran loose.
Well, it probably wasn't all that loose till they cut it.
I mean, it was cut out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if they hooked it, they pulled it all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
And they just cut it right there, right down there, and it, you know, and it hit the current, and it just floated back out there.
I always got my ass in trouble one year for messing with a man's line. Used to fish at the bar pit at Lake Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And been fishing down there for a couple of days. I watched the guy go out there and set the yo-yos, and then everything else. And the next day, the yo-yos were sprung. I mean, they had slab crappie on them and turtle grease. And the next day, still same thing, same fish, same everything. Hadn't been checked. So I went down there, my little John boat. I put it in. I went and cut every yo-yo off.
And he showed up.
Oh, he happened to be a sheriff deputy.
Oh, Lord. Should have turned him in because you were supposed to check
those. Well, see, he come down there because I took him out. I took him off one side of the bar pit, put him on the other side of the bar pit. And when I come back to the bank, he was there. And he started talking about arrest me. I said, go ahead. I said, because the moment you do, I'm going to turn you in. I said, because you are supposed to check these yo-yos every 12 hours. And he's like, oh, well, I had this. I said, don't matter.
Don't matter.
The law is you are supposed to check. You are supposed to check these yo-yos every day.
Yeah, you can't leave. You can't put them out and not check them. And he probably didn't have his name on them either.
He did.
He had his name on them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I found that out about Lake Washington. You know, you had to have your name, phone number.
Yeah. I picked up, you know, jugs. When you jug fish out here, you're supposed to have
the same thing.
Yeah, and apparently Missouri has the same law. Because right up north of Greenville here, about 6-7 miles one day, I picked up a jug. I never can remember the name of that little town. But it's right outside of Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Sucker traveled down the river that far.
And it had a 5 or 6 pound blue on it.
He done some traveling.
Yeah, I turned him loose. And I mailed that jug back to that fella. I did. I put it in a box and mailed it back. And with a little note where I picked it up.
That sucker did some traveling. We met a guy, me and Doug met a guy last year, the year before last, over in the park. I forget where he was from. He's in little 14-foot John boat. All right, going down the river.
Have oars or paddle?
Yeah, he had an outboard.
Oh, an outboard.
He got crazy. He was a true river rat.
Well, you know, they go down in them kayaks all the time.
Yeah, well, he was talking about getting out there behind these towboats with nothing but the prop of the motor in the water, riding behind the towboat. That's a good way to die. Motor kicks out or whatever, you can dive into a wheel wash. Well, they ain't gonna tell them where they'll find it.
Turtle bait.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days when I'm not live streaming, I don't want to talk about it on here. I'll tell you some stories about growing up back in the 60s on this road.
My grandfather had one. He used to tell me he was a member of Kentucky Bar
Mm-hmm.
back, I guess what, back in the 60s, 70s maybe. And they didn't want to take a tractor out to the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and they went, they put in, they trying to figure out how they're gonna do it. They finally come with a plan to get two John boats, two John boats and some plywood.
Oh, shit.
And they loaded that tractor
Oh,
up on that, and they started out the lake. And they said everything was fine in the lake. They hit this river, and they got one of the whirlpools of eddies, and neither one could. No, I think that was.
oh, that was her bump.
Got one of them eddies, and they just went round and around and around and around. Nobody could figure out which boat had to turn the tiller which way to straighten them out. I see now, Pop, why you worry about me.
No, man. No, I want to tell you stories about people on this river.
Oh, yeah.
They ain't out here no more. I ran across one about 10 years ago. There used to be some rough folks come down this road. And I'm talking about all of them was on the land. You know, they was all running from the law.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, there wasn't no doubt. You didn't fool with them. You didn't get around them. They, you know, like you see one on the bank and you start over there towards them, they walk out there if they had a gun or whatever, they let you see it.
Yeah.
And you just, you know, come on.
Went on back your way.
Yeah, boy, it was, I can tell you some interesting stories.
I've grown. My grandpa never took me out on the river very much. We did a lot of lake fishing, but when I got grown, I worked on the river and ran crew boats out on the river and everything else. I started venturing out more and more onto the river.
Well, I'm going to tell you one that's fine for everybody to listen to. You know Dr. Patera, that's
Yeah,
the foot
I know.
doctor,
I know
the foot
Dr.
doctor.
Yeah.
You know his wife, Linda? All right, his wife, Linda Patera's mother and daddy, his name was Richard Racconi.
Okay, I know some Raconis.
Okay, well, she was a Racconi from up on at Round Lake, Mississippi. He had a store on Highway 1 up there forever and ever, Mr. Richard. Nicest people you ever. I knew Linda when she was a little bitty girl. And anyway, back in the 60s, there was still a lot of old houses, tenant houses and stuff standing out in the fields. And there was a fellow up there that had a pecan orchard right north of Round Lake, and he had a house out there in the orchard and he had a few cows and some sheep, and he used one of them old houses for a hay barn. Well, and he had emptied the hay. The hay was out of it, and he was checking his cows and riding through the pecan orchard, the pasture pecan orchard, and saw smoke coming out of that house. So he pulled over there to the house, and this man came out on the front porch, and then another man came out on the front porch, and this was all right within 300 yards of the bank of the river. It was two brothers, and they was real nice Yankees. They were Yankees. He could tell the way they talked. You know, they wasn't from the South, and they said if there's any problem with us staying here, you know, we'll leave. And then no, it's just don't burn my house. I know we got a fire bucket and everything. So yeah, how long y'all gonna be here? And they said, well, we're, you know, a while if it's all right. He said, well, you okay? So anyway, he told went back home and he was telling his son. And of course, his son told all us. And so we got to ride down the levee. And you could see that old house out there, and them guys be sitting out on the front porch of that old house. And we stopped up there at Mr. Richard's store and went in there, and we was telling him about them two men living down there in Mr. Gibson's hay house. He didn't have no window panes in it, man. And it's in the wintertime.
That's rough living.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Richard described them to us, and brothers said, yeah, that's them. He said they come in here every day and pick up a Wall Street Journal newspaper. Now, don't nothing but investment people.
All right.
Big money folks.
They get the Wall Street Journal. That's right.
And they walk, it's about a 2.5, 3 mile walk. Sometimes they catch a ride down there to get the newspaper. But they were there long enough that they had their subscription to the Wall Street Journal sent to Round Lake store. And they was living in a house that didn't even have no windows in it. Now, tell me about them two guys.
Yeah, there's something funny about that.
But they didn't nobody bother them, you know.
Yeah, apparently they didn't bother nobody.
And when they come in and buy groceries, Mr. Richard, they buy hard cash money.
You know, it's kind of like that. What is it? What's the name of that show? Secondhand Line.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. When they fly that airplane into the
upside down through the bar.
Yeah, man. That was. Is that it?
No, that's not it. I don't know what that was. Oh, that's somebody caught a fish somewhere. Fly fishing. One of my fishing apps that I don't ever just trust one. I have 2 or 3 that I watch, see how close they are to one another.
Okay, Jimmy. Yeah, Chunky. The difference in me and Chunky catches fish. I just fish.
But yep, it's that time.
It's time to quit. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody sticking with us.
Have a good night, y'all.
Thank y'all for stopping in. We're finna shut it down and go to the house. 0 fish as usual, but we're gonna catch them one of these days. Thank y'all for coming in.
Maybe they camera shy.
Camera shy.